My name is Karen Wallace. I'm a librarian at the Drake University Law School Library, and this video provides a brief introduction to the website of the Iowa Legislature. As you can see, the address for the Iowa Legislature is www.legis.iowa.gov. We will discuss available content and then look at several ways you can find relevant content. First, you should know that this site often uses pop-up boxes to display requested content. Turn off your pop-up blocker when using this website, or add this website to the trusted site list in your browser. As you can see from the tab headings across the page, the Iowa Legislature site contains a wealth of information related to the Iowa Legislature or General Assembly. What's less obvious is that the site also contains some information related to the executive and judicial branches of government. To look at this more closely, we'll click on the Iowa Law and Rules tab. The page overview introduces the Iowa Code, which includes General Assembly statutes that have become law in Iowa, organized by subject area. It also introduces the Iowa Administrative Code, which provides the administrative rules or regulations adopted by Iowa agencies to carry out the laws passed by the General Assembly. Note that the page also includes a link to Iowa court rules, which control court procedures. The right side of the page has a series of quick search boxes that are common throughout the site. If you were looking for an Iowa law by citation, these boxes can help you quickly retrieve the document you want. For instance, if you know that you want to look at Chapter 48A of the Iowa Code, which is on voter registration, you can type 48A in the Iowa Code quick search box and then click Go. This opens up the current code to the chapter or chapter and section you entered in the quick search box. Returning to the Iowa Law and Rules page, we'll look at the left-hand navigation options. This is another feature that you'll find throughout the site. It allows you to look at more specific content related to the tab topic. So, for example, if we click on the Iowa Administrative Rules link on the left-hand side, the content in the center changes and is now specific to this particular area of Iowa law. Note, too, that the right-hand boxes have changed. We now see quick search options related to administrative law, not statutory law. The Iowa Law and Rules tab also includes a link to the Legislative Document Research site. This site provides a way to search documents contained throughout the legislative site. In addition to the top banner, the Legislative Document Research page has three parts: a top menu offering different search options, a left menu offering search functionality, and the main portion of the screen. As you can see, initially this offers the ability to browse by category. After we execute a search, the search results will appear in this section. We'll take a closer look at a few of the tabs on the interface. We're going to start with the Topic tab. A topic search provides access to a variety of sources, including legislation, current code and administrative code provisions, as well as recent session laws and Iowa administrative rulemaking documents. This is essentially an index wherein different bills, code sections, and the like have been tagged with standardized terms, essentially subject headings, that describe their content. And when you click on one of those terms, you get everything that has that tab. So as an example, we're going to click on the topic of absentee voting. When we do that, we see the center portion of the screen has changed. We have a note at the top that indicates the type of material that has been tagged. And then we have the documents themselves subdivided into different categories, such as legislation, Iowa Code, Iowa Acts, and so forth. We're next going to go ahead and look at a category search. This is somewhat similar to a topic search in that it uses tags to identify relevant documents. However, there are some differences. First, it uses a folder approach to organize different topics into broader categories. You can either click on these categories, or as long as you see an arrow to the side of the folder, you can open that folder to select narrower categories. The other difference is that there are far fewer categories than topics. So if we were interested in finding information by category about absentee voting, the first thing we would have to do is select the folder that's closest to absentee voting. In this case, that would be elections and politics. We see there's an arrow to the left of that folder indicating we can open it and look at subfolders. So we would open it, and then we would pick our closest topic, which is voting. Just as with a topic search, with the category search, we see our category in the center, and then our documents, again, subdivided by type of document. We're next going to look at the main search option. This gives you a very simple search box, but it also has this search within menu, which is very powerful. It lets you specify the type of content that you want to search. Because there is so much content on this site, using the Search Within feature is a great way to limit your search results if you know the type of material you want. So we're going to continue to look for information on absentee voting. And the simplest search I can do would just be to put those terms right in my search box. Note that before I've even executed my search, I'm getting category suggestions and topic suggestions related to the keywords that I input in the search box. Directly under the search box, there's two different options. The defaults are to search for only current information and not to include reserved code or administrative code sections. You can uncheck these if you want to change that default, and if you forget what they mean, if you hover your mouse over, you'll get a pop-up box that indicates what these options will do for your search. So I could search everything available on the site now just by clicking this magnifying option with my search terms in place. However, even with the options to limit to current and non-reserved materials, this may be more information than you really want. So you can further limit your search using the Search Within feature. You can select one or more categories by clicking the box to the left of its name. So, for instance, if I click on legislation and on law, Iowa law and rules, I can search the entirety of both of those categories. Again, anytime in the system when you see this little arrow, that also indicates that you can open the menu and you can pick something more specific within. So if I don't want to search all of Iowa law and rules but only want to search the Code of Iowa, I could do that. Or I could even specify a particular title, subtitle, chapter, or specific section of the Code of Iowa that I want to search by continuing to open submenus. The results section itself in the center provides a citation, a brief extract, and some information about where the document fits in the cited source. So for instance, this first result came from the 2017 Code of Iowa, and I can see the title, the subtitle, and the chapter that it came from, as well as the specific section reference. By contrast, if I go to the next page of results, you can see a result that came from legislation, and you can see the file number associated with the pieces of legislation. We're going to look now at the advanced search option. If I click on that, you see that I still have the same search within box that I had on the main search option, but here it's a form-based approach. This helps you figure out the search syntax that you want to use to conduct your search. So for instance, if I wanted to search not just for both terms absentee and voting, but for the exact phrase absentee voting, I could stick those terms in the and containing this exact phrase box, and when I click on search, you can see they've populated the search box with my search terms with quotation marks around it, which is how you search for an exact phrase in this particular search engine, as of course it is in many other search engines as well. If we go back to the advanced search option, you can note that in addition to relatively simple searches like the exact phrase, you can do much more complex searches. For instance, you could do a proximity search where you indicate that you want your search terms to be within a certain number of words of each other. If we click on the Iowa Legislature logo at the top of the page, that will return us to the home page for the Iowa Legislature. One more option of note is the quick search box that allows you to search across the site. If you search within publications, that's going to be similar to using the main search in the Legislative Document Service. However, if you change it to site, then you'll be doing a search of the entire website. To summarize, the Iowa Legislature site contains a wealth of information about the General Assembly. It also includes some information from the executive and judicial branches. Ways you can find information on this site include using the tabs and the left-hand navigation to browse to relevant content, using the quick search boxes to access legal documents by citation, using the Legislative Document Research site to search all or selected documents, and using the search box in the upper right side of the screen and selecting Cite to search across the entire website. You can find more information about the Iowa Legislature and its website through the FAQ link at the top of the page. In addition, the Drake Law Library offers reference service, wherein librarians can offer research guidance, but not give legal advice. Thank you very much for watching this introduction to the Iowa General Assembly site.